You're listening to 16-Bit Sundays by Ctrl Alt Delete.
Welcome, retro gamers, to another 16-Bit Sundays with myself, JD, and Veski,
Hello.
and Booga,
Hello.
aka Ctrl Alt Delete.
Dun, dun.
What's this, man?
So, how's it going?
Yeah, not bad.
Crack back here.
Yeah, it's
It's good to have the whole crew together.
it is.
Yeah, it's
pretty-
a belated meeting, belated gathering
yeah,
of
we've
the
all
whole
been
crew.
Pretty busy, but this is it now. This is the pinnacle. This is where we've come from, where we're at.
Yeah. It's good words.
Yeah. Verbose.
Well, yeah, it's been a while since we've done a 16-Bit Sundays, so hopefully we'll get it back on track now.
Yeah,
And,
a fucking excellent game to get back on track with, man.
yeah, it's a classic.
Oh, timeless.
Alright then, I'll start this bitch up. So yeah,
So here it is, the original Streets of Rage.
Man, I haven't seen this in a long time, man.
yeah,
This song this was on Sega Genesis, right?
It was
yeah, Sega Genesis, or
developed and produced by Sega as well. I
was
think.
it the
It's
Mega
official-
Drive in the?
In Europe,
UK?
it was Mega
In
Drive.
Europe,
It
yeah.
was Genesis in the US. I'm not sure what it was called in Japan actually,
Might have been.
because I know like the Nintendo was
I don't think I've ever
Famicom.
read this, man.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
once have I
I was
ever read this.
shocked when I read this.
I keep getting this one confused with Final Fight.
Yeah.
The story. It's like I'm waiting for Haggard to come in
Fight?
and like pound some
That's
face.
the one they Street Fighter made, Capcom. It was like
It was like
I wasn't massively into fighting games.
A
man,
guy in
it
a
was
red-
just these,
red karate gi as the main guy, and then you had Haggard, who happened to be like the mayor of the town,
okay,
and he was this big, like ripped fucking roider.
I
Um,
can't remember that.
who was the third player? Was it?
basically, yeah, a guy called Cody who was like the boyfriend of the girl that had been kidnapped.
Yeah, that's the one, Cody.
He was
Yeah.
like a little whipped bitch.
But it was always a good game, Final Fight, similar to this, but they just utilised characters from Street Fighter as bosses and
I
things
think
like that.
it was graphically
Some really
a lot better. But in fact, the guy in the middle looks exactly
all,
like Cody
all
from Final
ex-cops,
Fight.
man. I love that.
Yeah, all
Seriously.
ex-cops.
That's how hardcore the future is.
Yeah,
That happens to
everyone
be in the
is an
past.
ex-cop. 80s future for the winter, right?
Yeah.
This is just like
Oh, 91. All right.
this is on the cusp though.
On the
This
cusp.
is
Yeah,
this is
I
still
was
fashion.
just
We were
saying to you
saying this the other
before,
day.
like,
Yeah.
decades how they should be represented is from midway point to the next midway point.
So, like, you know,
85 to 95 was a
because-
section.
Yeah.
And the music's all tied together.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
true,
the
I
beginning of
guess.
the
80
60s
to
is different to
84
the end of the 60s.
was kind of
Oh, yeah.
The beginning of the 80s is completely different to the end of the 80s. So when people say 80s was great, it's like, yeah, but you must mean the late 80s into the
Which
early
parts
90s.
are you referring
yeah.
to? Because they're different.
yeah.
It's all about the transition into, because a new style and whatnot doesn't come out and that's it. Next day everybody's into that. Oh yeah, the decade's over now, so we've got to follow this new style now. I mean, it is ludicrous to think that it would flow like that at all.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, when someone's like, "Yeah, I like the '70s." Well, the early '70s, or like,
Yeah.
what are you on about? You talking about like funk or sort of rock? Like, 'cause they're both like.
Yeah, and it's the 90s for me as well. It's like early 90s is completely different as we've seen here, 91, and then you check 99,
Oh,
completely different.
Yeah, it's so
time.
cabin.
Like
Colours-
polygons and shit, man.
Yeah, they went completely away from neon and just towards really sort of regular pastel colours, like more earthy tones.
Yep.
Oh, I did know about it. The turn of the millenniums all had like ridiculous games coming out on consoles that were hyper coloured.
Yeah, but they were
Like,
less neon.
Pop towards the end of the 90s was really like neon and kind of like brightly coloured. When you had like groups like Steps and S 7 and shit like that, putting across that kind of like child-friendly, kind of like soft neonness.
It's that
You know,
Care Bear
it's,
stuff, man.
now it's like nasty.
This was
Everything's
so
got
grungy, you know. Everything was so grungy and dirty, and like, God, the future was gonna be terrible.
Yeah, a lot of like, oh, everything's gonna be punk. There's gonna be so many like punks on the street spraying paint.
Just like
everything,
fucking
like
RoboCop,
yeah,
the film.
man. That's exactly it.
And they had those really horrible
Them
adverts.
youths are just gonna take drugs and spray paint everything.
And they had those really horrible adverts on them, like
Yeah,
in the future to be
yeah.
this horrific place.
What do they sell in Brill's DIT?
Glasses.
Errol's glasses.
Errol's DI.
Errol 8.
thought it was a chain.
Yeah. Like, they didn't even bother to write anything on the signs.
I thought it was directly.
Oh,
into a
telephone. It actually had telephone written on it. ABC's shop.
cow. ABC's
I think that sells clocks. Or they just want to show
or
the time.
alphabets. Or do they
It
just
looks
sell...
like a car shop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why is there a giant apple and 2 giant apples sticking out of a bin in the background? Like, what's that?
Because fruit's useless in this
And
future.
It looks like someone slashed that bin as well, like angrily.
Yeah, man.
Fuck
It's
you,
been
Ben.
jumped at least.
Yeah, but one of these guys, man. They're fucking angry.
Does
look
that
at-
not say restaurant? I swear that says
Yeah, that's
restaurant.
cafe,
It
restaurant.
looks like they run out of space halfway through.
Yeah, they run out of space.
Cafe restaurant.
Couldn't be bothered
like,
redoing it.
squeezing his last few
There it
letters.
is again. Cafe,
Cafe
rest.
rest, like the RES, loads of space. And
Yeah,
he's
innit?
like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
halfway
no.
through, he's like, "Fuck, panic."
All he needs to do is format that, man. Come on.
Man, this was the 80s. They didn't have that shit then.
The pine pot.
Oh yeah, that's it. Everywhere sells the same stuff though.
And this whole
All the
street's
insides of
neon
the shops
as
are the same.
fuck. I'm surprised the fire hydrants haven't got like neon lights on.
Oh,
as
she's
well.
serious. God, man, she's been fucked over. She's do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, look at this fucking goober.
Yeah. It's a really weird
it's got
first
its-
boss to have.
Hell of a stance on him as well. And his legs are smaller than the rest of his body. He's like some like carnival freak.
Huge shoulders.
Oh, he'll see himself some meat.
Huge chest.
Yeah. He's hulking.
He's dead.
That looks fashionable now though.
That's strange the way things come and go. Sort of like fashion, especially.
Do you remember the first like side-scrolling beat-em-up experience we had with Double Dragon?
Yeah, that was
Man,
amazing.
That was
I loved
Oh, it
in
was
that,
so fucking-
similar to Golden Axe, how you could utilize
Oh no, that's what I'm thinking about.
certain
Golden
parts
Axe. Yes.
of the map that would just drop off points where you would die, and then the enemies, yeah, like little holes or something where you
Right.
could fall into.
Okay.
But enemies come at you, like they charge at you, and
And
you
they
sidestep and they go down the hole.
because their AI is
Yeah.
basically to follow your path. So
Yeah.
as soon as you do, you can literally.
or you
drop them
angle
off.
your way round them and then just kick them off the edge.
Yeah.
So
What
it's
if
like
it's-
less hits.
There was that glitch in Double Dragon where you got to the top of this
Like,
like
yes,
building
that's the
site
one.
and this big kung fu guy comes out and you just disappear down the ladder and he goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You're just like,
Going down the ladder.
I ain't gonna fight yet. I'm just gonna go and you still win the level. It's amazing.
Just
It's like,
wipes him out. Yeah.
it's like literally the top of the screen is killing him as you scroll down. It's like squashing him. It's
can't
like,
get down on
Yeah,
that.
that was probably some hard-coded shit, man. The
Yeah.
edge of the screen just kills something. Like, and look at Donkey Kong, man. Donkey Kong sort of arcade. The whole of that game is exploiting, you know, how badly
man.
programmed it is.
most of the 8-bit generation, like on the massive console wars in the beginning of the 80s, when you had literally Sega and Nintendo kind of competing, like the whole 8-bit, because I've been looking back at a lot of old retro 8-bit games, and most of them, like 90% of them, are unplayable, glitchy messes. Like it is literally just like
Yep.
development companies going, shit, we need to get this on the shelves now.
Oh, yeah.
Like fucking yesterday, we need to make some money off this bitch. And just rushing these poor like programmers to come up with something. And it's like half the games haven't been play tested and they're shambles. Absolute shambles.
Yeah, well, it's incredible when, because I played the McDonald's game recently.
Oh,
Like
kids,
the
Mc-
Treasure
fucking
Island
kids.
thing or whatever it is.
called, man.
Kids.
Yeah, there
Well,
was
it's like a treasure thing. I can't remember the
It's not what the
name of it.
educational treasure hunt game, is it?
No, it's the one where you have to find a treasure map and then you go off for treasure and it's on the moon
At any
planet.
point, do you
But-
kind of like have to sort of collect burgers?
Well, you're Ronald McDonald for the start, so that's fun. But it's actually not that bad a game. Like the overall mechanics and stuff, yeah, is quite well put together.
Cool.
The art's quite well put together, quite reminiscent of some Sonic levels and things like that. But yeah,
Still.
it's shocking because they didn't even try and push in game their food as a main thing. So it was like they were actually trying to make a decent game off the back of McDonald's. It wasn't like a
Well,
just
that's
buy
quite
our
interesting.
food, buy our food. Yeah, like
At least
product
he's not
it
running
wasn't
around
like,
collecting burgers. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it was
wasn't
like,
like,
gems and stuff. So it's,
Like Zool, where you keep, every now and again in the background you see adverts for Chupa Chups.
yeah,
Lollipops and
or
stuff, and it's
Cool
really
Spot,
weird. Yeah.
where you're floating on a 7-Up bottle.
Yeah, effectively, and you want a bottle to bottle, like bottle top for,
Yeah,
for a Coke bottle or something. I don't know.
product placement was funny, very funny.
I really liked that bit in Wayne's World. You know, back in the day, watching that when they're all
Oh yeah, yeah,
Pans to them,
yeah.
and he's like, yeah, I won't pander to that shit. He's like munching on his Doritos. So.
Well,
He's covered in Reebok gear.
That's
and
it,
he's
yeah.
like, that's really sad when people set up creativity.
There's a really good Atari game, I think it is, where I think it's made by Coca-Cola, or it might have been made by Pepsi, but it's like a Space Invaders where you're destroying little Coca-Cola things of the other brand. And you're yeah, well, yeah, it should be that.
I like the idea of a game where you're shooting teeth like with cola and destroying.
I always saw this really obscure game talking about teeth and shit like that, man. And where you play this superhero, it's like an educational side-scrolling game. I can't remember the fucking name. I have to dig it out for the edit. Like, oh yeah, you basically play this like big, like superhero dude,
Right.
but he's diabetic. And you have to keep collecting
Christ.
insulin to balance your blood sugar levels out.
Oh my God.
And then there's like junk food stuff attacking you.
Oh,
and you
I
have
love
to
it.
defeat it. But if you get hit, it fucks up your
blood
sugar levels. So if it drops, let's say you're done. Like Captain Diabetes or whatever his name.
Oh, no.
Gets hit with too much candy, he falls over.
Oh,
and it's
man.
like a side-scrolling game set out like an educational game to like educate kids
Yeah.
about diabetes or some shit. And it's bad.
Yeah, that's incredible. But yeah, fuck it.
I'll have to find the name of that
That's
one.
games for you, man. That's the idea in it, is to experiment with any sort of fucking idea in the games industry. Because you never know what
Back
could
then,
be
yeah,
fun.
Definitely.
Because like things like Leisure Suit Larry were just playing on like sort of sexual.
Yeah, there was a lot of that back then.
Look at the
though.
pre-orders with Goat Simulator.
Yeah, and
That's huge.
But this is the thing. Well, back in the day, where you had so many machines and so many people being able to develop on bare minimum, like 8-bit.
That's it, man. Writing.
yeah,
games
it
in
was less for the
assembly.
money.
Yeah,
Less for the money.
and it was just experimental. Like loads of the shit you can get on cassettes, Commodore 64s and Amstrads and stuff in the backs of magazines. So you just like people just write shit, and then you can just like send off for it. And now obviously there's on the flip side of it, you've got people being able to get like top end equipment these days to write games in their home as well. And there's this kind of regeneration or resurgence, a renaissance, if you will.
At the moment, all the most successful games are written by 3 dudes in a bedroom.
Yeah, man.
Laptops.
Yeah, the fewer the better.
The
seems to be it,
AAA
man,
gaming has
because
become so stale because they
It's
just
become so stale.
Well, they
So brown
partition
and stale.
so much of the work to so many different people, and
Yeah.
then there's less collaboration. More
Those
just
who do
work.
the partitioning too are obviously higher ups and don't really know what's
Yeah,
going
they
on.
know
Whereas a 6-man
about
team
marketing
writing in a
and money.
bedroom, exactly,
Yeah, not about what really makes a game fun. And
which is, as time has proved again and again, experimentation, like new, everything new,
yeah,
and revisitation.
yeah, that's what I like the New Abe's HD remake. Revisit a game that really works. Like I'm still waiting for the Final Fantasy VII one to be made. I know
No,
like,
that's
half
never
the
gonna be
world
made.
is.
That's never gonna be
No, I
made.
know. But
unfortunately.
they'd rather make a billion side stories off the back of 7,
Ugh.
which were sort of hit and miss, some of them. But yeah, Advent Children was nice, but
Dirge of Cerberus was
It's
okay in
alright,
areas, but
but-
a little bit bland.
yeah,
Considering
still,
the Devil May Cry already existed,
Yeah.
and capitalised on that.
Devil May Cry was a far greater game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wasn't it just? Like, that's the problem with Dirge of Cerberus, is it reminded me a lot of Blue Stinger on the Dreamcast in certain respects, and it felt really cheap because of that. Blue Stinger was a fucking awful game.
Yeah, that's what happens when you just try and you cut corners basically.
You were really picking on these gingers.
Yeah,
Fucking...
it's the Red Mist. To watch them.
The red.
The Red Mist, you remember that on Ideal? Oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
that's all I
No, I
do.
don't
You
remember
need
that.
Johnny Vegas.
Oh, you need to watch Ideal, man. It's
I
hysterical.
think Roz is released that.
You should definitely
Yeah.
watch it. It's brilliant. It's
Weird
weird.
back in the day.
Weird.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's so fucking sweet.
I get it mixed up with Space though.
Space, another good one.
Yeah.
That's like iconic for.
Generational classic. That's what.
Yeah.
That's the whole like rave generation.
I remember whenever I'd move place, I would be like move in, put that on, watch it, because they
Yeah.
just move
Yeah,
into their new
that's
flat.
it.
And then it's like
Yeah, I'll do that from now on. You've just given me an affectation.
it's really nice. You know, it's the music to Space that I really like Mr. Scruff in it.
yes, it's Mr. Scruff amongst a lot of other
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
people. But it's the same as like if you're getting ready to go out somewhere, like sticking on human
Oh
traffic.
yeah. I
Yeah,
got
it's
75
like,
quid
yes.
in the back burner. Milky bars are on me.
It's an amazing warm-up film to get started.
It is.
Well, yeah,
Fucking
because in
brilliant.
Human Traffic, before he goes out, he puts on some. What's that comedian?
Oh, Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks. Yeah,
Yes,
he puts
definitely.
it. Yeah, it's nice when people have their little like preps to get
Everyone's
themselves
got a
ready.
going out song, I'm sure. I have a going out song.
Yeah, I have sort of a going out genre.
It's
Just like
it's-
random drum and bass tracks.
Right.
Get you
One
pepped.
track for me has got to be Goldust by DJ Fresh. I think it's like still to this day.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's been overplayed.
I know it has been
unfortunately.
overplayed, but I only reserve it
But
for
it-
times like that now, and it still works.
Yeah, it's a
Still
very good
works.
tune. Very good
Pursuit of
tune.
Happiness, Kid Cudi, MGMT remix every time.
Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. Oh, here we go. Got the Ultimate Warrior on you.
Oh yeah, this
He's coming
guy's
up.
fucking.
So we should talk a little
Oh,
bit about the
wow.
game, I guess, as well. Like,
Yeah,
ring of fire.
it's
While
pretty
he's down.
straightforward. I think 10 levels. You know, is there?
It gets a little bit more challenging as it goes on. Like,
Yeah,
it
they
tries to
ru-
throw some more absurd shit at you.
They blatantly run out of ideas though because they start reusing bosses,
Oh, the bosses become like
regular men.
regular
in
men
some
later
great
on as well,
levels.
and it's just like they clearly just couldn't afford to animate anymore.
Did this come out before or after
Characters.
Golden Axe?
I think this came out after Golden Axe. I think Golden Axe was that 1990?
I'd say that's kind of a good point.
Maybe.
There. You know, reusing bosses, that's a bad idea. But you see a sense of progression. You see yourself getting better, being able to defeat
Yeah.
the same
I
thing
guess,
faster.
yeah.
A few recent games have sort of copied that pattern of making the regular bosses at the early stages just become normal monsters on the later stages, and then but I don't know. It's nice to keep it fresh. In this,
Yeah.
they
I
just
don't
change the color because you
Yeah.
see the colors. They changed to green.
I don't think
and
we
those
can
are purple.
attribute that in this game to like keeping it fresh. It's just laziness. Like
Yeah, and the woman with the whip, they changed her from red to black now. So she just takes more hits.
They did that with Onan, they did it with Final Fight to a degree, they did it with Double Dragon.
Yeah, it's just
Like-
the lazy way out, really. But what can you expect? The game can only handle so much. There'd be half as many people on.
and there's so much writing involved in this game. Like for the programmers.
Yeah, even a game this
There's
old,
no-
it's still
There's no
incredible.
images. All of this is being drawn in code.
Yeah, totally.
I imagine. Like I don't really know, but like
Well,
I imagine
I'm
it
still,
is,
I'm
like-
still like, it's what gets, because you kind of know, well, personally, I kind of know how they map out and create 3D games based on polygon structures and everything. And you play with a floating 3D environment from a fixed camera. But this is all like on a completely 2D plane and
Yep.
programmed completely differently.
oh
Oh, yeah,
this is a
fun.
linear fashion of programming.
really fucking linear.
really linear.
This section's what I meant about the holes. Now you can like sort of utilise.
okay. So you could just be like that. Come on, down here. Follow you.
Yeah,
Really
Gold,
nice,
Golden
yeah.
Axe is the better
Oh,
one.
yeah,
That's
Golden Axe.
amazing for doing
That's
that.
how
You can
you win
clear
most of the
levels
games.
and just finding the right path, and
I
people
didn't
will
know
just
that, man. I
drop
played
off
that
the
game
map.
when I was a kid, man. And I just played it.
Yeah, I fucking blitzed that game to death.
That might have to be one of the next ones.
Oh no, that's definitely going to be the next one. Yeah.
Excellent.
I love
The
good-
cards.
Love a good Golden Axe. Can't remember how long it takes to complete. This one worked out pretty well. It's like about an hour. Sweet, nice. Push.
It's
Oh, there he went.
my problem
Down the
with this over Final Fight, again, as I draw a comparison, even though it came out a bit later, is it's the same with I found with Golden Axe, like the actual connecting with the enemies was a bit frustrating in certain places.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like
There's
because
a-
you're on that linear path, it's difficult to kind of.
Later in the game, it does get like that on this because there's characters. They've got the punk hair that
Back then, it was all about learning
Try
how
and
your
throw you.
hitbox
these guys.
was. Now you can kind of jump into a game and expect there to be perfect hitboxes on things, and if there aren't, you're annoyed.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like Rust. Rust's a beautiful example of trying to find the hitbox. and stuff.
Trying to get those precious bits of cloth out of a wolf.
Yeah,
And
you're just smashing
can't
grass.
find it.
Oh, he goes down the hole.
Yeah, boff.
Yeah, these guys try and throw you. So
Oh,
when
they're
they approach you
fuckers.
from the side, downwards, so
I
they can
see
grab
it.
you like
And
that.
it's really fucking awkward because they just stick to you.
Yeah, and when there's a group of them,
There's no
one
way
or
to
two will
counter
get
that
around you.
either, I
and they'll-
imagine.
Yeah, no, it's
Not really.
later on it gets furious.
Oh, it is. Chinese dude,
I thought he looked
old
more
lady.
Egyptian.
like... Yeah, he's looking proper Egyptian.
Yes.
Oh, look at that guy sneaking in.
Little shit.
Looking for the jump click. Yeah, that's a rogue right there. Son.
Yeah.
Oh, he ran you through.
Stealth
Look at
me,
him.
mate.
Yeah, he's still...
Just cracked a bottle over his head though.
I don't know about you, but that guy up from you're bottling there. If I had an outfit like his, I probably wouldn't be doing street
The
crime.
purple guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
like
That was
purple leather
fresh.
jacket and like.
Michael Jackson would
Yeah.
have been fucking well jelly back in the day. Yeah, he's going bottle crazy. I hate it when you stand over a weapon though and you're trying to use your weapon. You start picking up the weapon below you when you're trying to attack.
okay.
So it fucks you up.
Well, a bit off of our playthrough of Hotline Miami, and I was stood in the doorway with over loads of guns and just kept picking up and throwing
Yeah,
guns.
yeah.
Like that guy's coming at me because I ran out of bullets, so I was just throwing empty guns at all these guys to try and like fucking
Yeah.
stay alive.
I love Hotline
Was
Miami.
it hitting them?
Yeah, it was knocking.
Oh,
them
they
out.
were taking hits. Right, okay.
It's the many different ways you could get around a level
Oh,
in
it's,
Hotline Miami.
and sometimes
Stealthy
being
as hell.
sneaky doesn't always work. Especially the fucking dogs.
Yeah, but there's moments where you could like, I don't know, the AI is so crazy in that game. It's got a nice glitchiness to it. You could just run around a room and the dog will find it difficult to kind of get you. Yeah, so this is like the fat guy boss who breathes fire.
I like that the ring of fire that comes up is kind of neutral. It'll fuck him up too.
Yeah.
Kind of shit for a power up though as well.
What, the cop guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, player 2's is always better.
'Cause
He
he
has the
doesn't-
little minigun.
The minigun's good and it scatters, but
It apparently
Just like-
all hits them because
Yeah.
it doesn't work on the radius that it shows. It works on anything on the screen getting hit, but that's
Pretty
just
much.
for show.
yeah.
But yeah,
But you can't power them up or anything like that.
Yeah, you only
it's
get them
pretty much
either when you
very
die
fucking
and
rare.
come back, or you pick them up. And I think there's only like 2 you can ever pick up in the game at all.
made it a lot harder.
Actually,
'cause, you know,
I think there's only 1 if you're playing 1 player. But then the 2 last levels, the 3 last levels, you can't use it on.
well, what would be the equivalent
Okay,
if they tried
two
to
last
kind of
levels.
implement a golden axe type thing where you were kicking imps to get those little things off of them to boost up your power? Remember that bit?
Oh yeah, Golden Axe.
You
Yeah,
go to the
the
campfire. and he's
half-time
like,
stages.
imps come and nick your power up, so you have to go around kicking these imps. Because they're Because they're in like in modern day downtrodden New York or whatever, do you reckon it'd be like midnight skagheads
Just kicking
wandering
bums.
like yeah, kicking hobos and fucking junkies?
And then dropping health potions and shit. Yeah. Yeah, he was getting jerked up heavy, man. Multi-jugs, left, right and centre.
Oh yeah, look at all them rogues, man.
Oh,
Got
you
the
big
liner
fucking-
jug.
That's their special move.
That's
that is.
choreography.
Cloud, man.
Yeah, juk cloud. Yeah, that's the red mist jucking. You're fucked. Down. Yeah, there's always stages on these games. Turtles. There's a stage like that with these little robots that fucking leash you and electrocute you.
It's annoying.
And then
It's so
zap
fucking
you.
annoying.
It strips so much fucking health. Like, how are you actually supposed to do that?
When you can tell in some of these games that the latter parts of the games weren't play tested through properly. Because they get like stupidly harder
Yeah.
in the end of some of them.
Yeah, there's a boss at the end of this level, I think. There's 2 girls, 2 ninja girls that you fight.
Oh my god.
And you can't get a hit on them.
Nah,
And
because they never stand still.
move. They come back in the last level because they run out of ideas. So like, fuck it, you can have them again. And they're
Different
twice as
coloured
hard.
outfits, like.
One move takes half your health off. So 2 moves and you're dead.
Wow.
Like, it stripped me of lives, man. I went into that corridor level with fucking.
You can't use your power up in that one either.
No, you can't use your power up.
There's no way a car can fucking shoot into like.
Yeah, it should be
top
able to
story
shoot
of
to the windows.
Yeah.
Right? Just nuke the fucking hotel. I don't even know why they're sending you in.
You're an ex-cop apparently. You're taking law into your own hands.
Yeah,
or
but
some
you've got
shit.
the law working with you because they're willing at any push of a button to pull up in their fucking Ferrari cop car, pull out with a rocket launcher, which that ain't a police
That's
issue
not an
weapon.
issue,
No,
mate. That's not
that's
standard
military issue.
Not just hanging around with one of those in the cop car.
Yeah, and then fucking drop that. But
I don't think they're real policemen.
no, they're vigilante at best. Not worth
Turning up in
trusting.
their kind of like police Lamborghini.
They're like
Unless this is Dubai, because the police actually have Lamborghinis in Dubai, man.
yeah,
Yeah, so
It's true.
this must be set in like future downtrodden Dubai.
yeah, it looks pretty glitzy out the back there.
Yeah, it's glitzy. That big boat there.
And these guys are Egyptian, so that's quite close to
Yeah.
Dubai.
Bit closer. Yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot closer than America, which is what I assume this would actually be. This is a huge boat. Huge.
Well, it's not like it's going to be set in
Oh, it really is again.
Stoke-on-Trent or somewhere.
Yeah, he's back. He's at a
This
change.
is like a midway boss now. You're like, alright, fuck it.
Man in pants.
Have a boss halfway through the level.
And it's quite easy to actually
Yeah.
overcome this like
One-
jump kick.
yeah.
Jump kick, the unbeatable jump kick. Takes down any enemy. Any distance.
Yeah, they all have a system. I just couldn't find
It's
one out for
usually a
these
fucking
girls,
jump
man.
kick. It's like with anyone, it's just keep jump and keep kick.
Yeah. There were certain games like Mortal Kombat where you could do that, like the crouch kick.
Oh, the
Just
crouch
kick him in the
kick, yeah.
ankle.
Yeah.
Bang. You
Fuck.
can't get to
Can't
me, bro.
guard it.
You weren't programmed to bend, motherfucker. I'm just gonna take your ankles out. Oh no, man, those guys are fucking irritating.
Yeah, when you get 4 of them, that's why I thought straight away you're having this, boys.
You can clearly tell that this guy's design was the scraping the barrel of their ideas before they just
Yeah.
decided to
This
recycle
isn't.
guys.
I think it's
like,
just like halfway through the game, and
they
they.
could have some goblin dude come in and
Well,
fire.
I think you're
axes
right,
at
man.
you.
They don't play test till the end. There's no kind of like, oh, it works. Get it out. Yeah, it's a game.
Pretty much, they play maybe the first level or so and make sure that everything
I
basically
just think
works.
it's literally just a reskin, isn't it? You know, because all
Well,
you
yeah,
have to
copy
change
and
is the
paste.
background and their colour clothes. Because, well, I guess and how many hits it takes. That's all that's changing. Because they don't deal out any. I don't think they deal out any more damage. They're just harder to kill than their previous colour. You know what I mean?
That's simply what it is then. Retexture and, you know, double the health. Yeah, have it.
Yeah, and then just a random generator for men coming in. Oh no, actually no, it's the exact same every time where the men come in. So yeah.
Are these
Oh
the
yeah, these
ninja
are the
girls?
fucking
These
annoying
girls
ninja girls.
are on a whole other level.
Dicks,
fucking
just
fighting
fucking
me.
dicks.
Because I gather what you have to do is get hold of them and then do a power move. Like you can't kick them and shit.
But they just
really
keep doing
difficult.
this all the time.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
when you
just
get
like-
close to them, you can't get it in because there's 2 of them. You never get a moment to.
So it does look like a fucking
Just,
contemporary
they've
dance.
taken most of my health off in 2 hits. One more and he's done. He's just got to rely on pure luck.
They
at
are
this
fairly, they got fairly small health bars, thank fuck,
Yeah,
but it
Is
they're
that
still
a shared
doesn't.
health?
point. No,
No,
they've just
no.
got their own health bars. But I've hit one of
But
them
it
with
is-
a couple of kicks.
Ridiculous.
It's lucky you get your special back when you come in on a continue, man, because...
Yeah, that's a modicum of fairness, I guess, that they put in there. But
Well, you can see how much
doesn't
health
make
it
it
takes
any
off.
easier later on, does it? No, it's just this thing.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, that's a power move, that.
There's no way to be able to pull that off. Oh, one of them's down. Almost.
This is it. He's going to have a...
Oh, yes.
a knee to
Wow.
the face.
No business.
Done in style, like. He's a true believer in equality. All throughout,
Treat
man.
everybody the same.
Exactly the same, yeah, man.
Doesn't care if you're male, female, handicapped, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, if a wheelchair guy starts on him, boom.
That's it.
you
Give me a
fucked,
chair.
mate. Yeah, it's
Oh, and here becomes the
most
obligatory
most
annoying level.
games, yeah, like this follow this pattern of let's have a level where there's platforms that go in opposite directions.
or
of the
flames.
walking. So that really just makes it annoying.
It's more annoying. Yeah, you get flames coming out at intervals
Yeah.
and you kind of time it. And
what fucking every Streets of Rage has one of these. The Turtles,
Turtles
back in
all had
time
one.
have got them as
Yeah,
well.
I'm sure Final Fight has one.
Oh, standard.
Again,
It's just a poor excuse for a mechanic.
running out of ideas.
It looks like
okay.
you're being beaten up by the Aryan Brotherhood at the moment. Like,
Yeah,
they're all completely blonde.
oh, Ginger missed.
They're all having sons.
Yeah, there's no continuity really in the bad guys system.
Nah,
There's no explanation. Like Turtles have a good amount of backstory to work on, and you know you got the foot soldiers.
Yeah, and
It's
they all
not a
look
problem.
alike because they're just like ninjas,
Yeah,
effectively.
but this is just a random mismatch of thugs and was like S&M women and just general bad guys. Yeah, this requires a lot of skill. That guy's stuck on the box.
Oh, bless.
It's so. Oh, there we go. That should have literally ended you. Game over.
No, it's good because I was already hit.
Oh, he's thrown
So-
you into the machine. Yeah, no, that's the
Once you hit,
technicality you
you've got-
get out of. But I'm saying, like, realistically, that's you've been.
There's some games
Gone.
where you can spam that big time, just get hit, and then while you're
Yeah.
under
That
that, sort of
invincibility.
invincibility.
You don't get that in modern games. That sort of no clip that you used to get, you know, in Mario.
just zoom
other
through
games.
parts.
Yeah, you just sort of, oh yeah, get hit once and then sort of just rush through 10 enemies.
Oh, games. And here we have the fire breathing guy again.
Yeah.
Different
his
pants.
Yeah.
This guy's a toughie, man, really toughie. But I got him in a hell of a combo.
Oh yeah, the everlasting combo.
Yeah, the old everlasting combo from every fighting game ever.
But he's a tricky
So
one.
so difficult to move out of the fucking.
Yeah, he's so fast.
the line.
Yeah, you have to get above him, which
Yeah.
is the thing with most of these bosses. Get above him and then get a hold of him. You can't do a backbreaker on that guy though, because he crushes you. So that's quite like a nice one.
Yeah, it's a nice little
That's
touch.
kind of cool. I bet someone spent days on that. That's the best part of the game.
Probably, yeah, that's it. It's like, yeah, that's deep.
That's some serious deepage, man. Imagine, just like, you know, if these guys could have seen Terraria, for example, and the amount of the deets in that.
Yeah, that would have blown their fucking heads off back in the day. You just turned out back then. A game like Terraria. How the hell are you powering that? Well, you don't want to ask that question,
No.
boys. You ain't even running on 256 yet. Like, nothing.
Like, what is this factory even for?
It's a factory for,
Yeah, there's no explanation.
For leather?
That's what I mean. There's-
I think it's a
not-
leather clothing factory. Everyone's in here having a go.
What would they kind of put bits of leather on conveyor belts and then stick them under a
press.
A press,
a
heavy
floor
Hydraulics,
floor press.
pneumatic, fucking all the attics.
Crisp. That's what you want.
But they don't say what the leather's for. That's the thing.
Well, for their outfits, look at them.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's clearly,
They are dressed in the best.
it's clearly what their
Smoke
operation's
bomb.
about. Look at him spaz out, look at
You
him.
can't hack it.
Literally glitching.
Oh, huge. Still going.
Another press.
Straight through it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be hanging about. Oh, he's fucking going mental.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Oh,
no.
no.
Ooh, very close.
He just wanged his head on it then.
Yeah, it's a tense moment. Got my eye on that bat. That's what it is. I'm protecting it. I don't want to pick it up too early. Wait for the right time. Get in there. Pick up the bat.
Oh, now is the time.
Yeah.
Now is the
Oh,
time.
he missed it. He missed it. Doesn't want to fuck about. Now is the time. Yeah, he's out.
Oh, on it.
Massive.
Good tactic. So what level is this now?
Oh, mega power ups there. I think it's like 6. What are we on? We had first, second, third, fourth. Yeah, fifth or sixth.
I know it is as well. That's the slowest counter.
For the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might as
Yeah.
well not even be there.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
never
ridiculous.
actually run out of. Like, I never came to that problem.
You'd have to literally kind of go and answer the door or phone or something and forget to pause it.
Yeah,
for it to
when
run out of
after it
time.
gives you the go signal to move through to the next part, yeah, you must just stand there and run out of time. Because if you just even take your time killing these guys and move on,
Yeah, and you
at
could
a
be like
steady pace.
methodical as fuck as well, and you'd
Alright.
still have time. Oh, that guy's annoying just looking at him. Look at him. What's the fuck? What is he doing? Just a dick.
Yeah, man.
yeah, I'll juke him. No, I'll fucking pipe him.
Fuck off.
That's it.
Was there much difference in the latter games or the sequels?
yeah,
there was
there's huge
three,
difference.
Three, wasn't there?
You ride bikes and stuff in like the next.
Really?
I think, yeah,
Really?
something like
But
that.
they also on the 16-bit formats, the platforms even.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 was still for the Genesis and Streets of Rage 3. I don't think they moved up from that. I don't think there was one on the Sega Saturn or Dreamcast.
No, there must have been a re-release on the Sega Saturn because probably not the
I
PlayStation.
don't know about that.
But there was a what was that game called? On the PlayStation, it was kind of like Streets of Rage, but it was like 3D. I don't think
Oh, Final Fight.
Yeah, Final.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, it wasn't
Oh, what?
Final Fight because that's what
Oh no, Fighting Force.
Fighting Force.
Yeah,
that's
Fighting
the
Force.
set.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one. Yeah, that was awesome. That actually, I don't think I've seen a game since use like good mechanics that
No.
that had. 'Cause it gave you like at the end of each stage an option on where to go. Like, do you want to go through the park or do you want to go down Main Avenue? And then it like gives you a whole different.
The example of free roaming.
Yeah, and then
we
down
should-
the
we
place
should,
is completely different, like enemies and stuff to kill and like bad guys. Fucking good game.
Yeah, it was definitely a really good product of its time. And there's nothing else like it.
Check out this creep.
Oh, the Freddy Krueger pedo.
Yeah,
Somebody is.
these guys are fucking solid, man, and they move fast. You gotta be quick.
Well, they give you the illusion that he moves fast. Like,
yeah,
he's like,
okay, yeah. He's drawn like he moves fast, but you
waving
can't
his
get-
arms around like that.
Yeah, they do the blur one where they fucking zoom about. It's crazy. But it's again you have to get them in that sort of hole.
Like the
Back
bad dude
breaker.
out of the Riddick film.
There it goes.
When they claw you, their legs sort of stay stationary and the top part of the sprite moves.
Oh yeah, the Necromonger. Yeah.
Yeah.
What an idiot. See, he got in the factory pretty damn tight. Drove right up in there. Fucking leather press.
Yeah, true. Nippy. He must be waiting, just waiting there.
Yeah, on the radio.
Fucking sinister faces though.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
I love their inspiration because you can blatantly tell where they've taken that from. So yeah, we're gonna have a boss.
Looks a
And
bit
he's
like
gonna
Freddy
be-
Krueger.
Yeah, he's gonna have his Freddy Krueger gloves.
But no,
Freddy
he's not going to
Krueger
look too
chin
much
and
like an
nose.
old man.
No.
He's going to look
He's
like
gonna still look like
denim.
a street punk.
We'll put him in some denim, like make him look like a punk,
Yeah.
and give him some spiky hair, but still hooked pedo nose. What we're
No
after.
background story at all because this makes no fucking sense. So we're not even gonna try. He's just
No,
on the street.
Show him in there.
Yeah, and we'll have a couple of them identical, so like twins.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Is that
Oh,
yeah.
here we go.
Yeah, and another one.
I don't
like,
remember this.
Turtles have a level like this as well. They just pour men out on the lift.
It's,
Lift stops, pour men out.
Oh, right,
Next
stops.
level.
Okay.
it's glitchy as fuck, but you can actually.
Kick them off
Yeah,
the edge,
yes,
yeah,
like
like
just like
straight
that.
away. Just have it done. Yeah, there's a spot you can take on this lift where you get
You literally just like chuck everybody out.
good. Yeah. No bosses on this level.
Nope, almost. But yeah, because of the way that it tries to operate on this small, supposedly floating space, it does get a bit glitchy
Yeah.
sometimes.
You can stand in the top right corner, and then when they drop down, group them all up into one crew, and then just like
Just hit the whole crew.
yeah. You don't want to let them get a kick in when
Oh,
you're
no.
going down.
You
They'll
want
just
coming
stomp
over.
on you.
Game over, man.
Yeah. Yeah, those fucking ninja Egyptian dudes.
I wonder they're waving around.
Yeah, he takes a big what?
Dead.
Fucking huge chunk.
Oh.
Don't want to get stabbed. Take no chances.
Yeah, so I also hear that they're going to be re-releasing GTA 5 for PC.
For the PC?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's coming to the PC. Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
and
been
they're
saying
doing
that
it for the next
fucking
gen
ages.
consoles because
When they released it, they said, "Oh, like 60 days, guys. It's gonna be out for the PC after the console release." And
They might be talking about the Xbox One release.
yeah, they're
No,
re-releasing
no,
it.
it was-
They're kind of like sharpening it up for like their new consoles, and at the same time they're releasing it on the PC apparently.
yeah,
So
well,
it's gonna be,
this
like,
that's good. 'cause
Really,
that's-
really crisp.
It's always been in the pipeline because it is always going to be better
Yeah, I
for
can't
PC.
wait to play that. And also the modding.
You
comes
seen
along with
the trailer for the new Final Fantasy?
No.
Final Fantasy 15. It's fucking.
The numbers are getting too big.
Forget the numbers. Actual like their character creation is far better and more styled off Final Fantasy 7 and
Cool.
that sort of area. The fighting system is fucking crazy. Yeah, it's like real time.
Real
So
time.
they're basically
Yeah,
all
yeah.
coming straight out of the turn base now.
Yeah, but yeah, they're gradually doing that because they've taken aspects from their online game that they've had for a while.
Yeah, which I haven't played. I should
It
give
looks
some
good,
time to
but
that.
like that's what I was looking at before getting WoW,
Hmm.
and I decided, fuck it, I'll just get WoW. If you're gonna get like an MMO,
If you're gonna play an MMORPG, play World of Warcraft.
yeah, because they've been
'Cause
at
they
it
do
the
it
longest.
better.
And
Yeah, Blizzard's
there's
been at it
so
a long
many
time,
that
man.
have
They
come
know what
out
they're doing.
over the last couple of years, like the Elder Scrolls 1 and Final Fantasy 1, and you know, like there's the free ones you can get on Steam that like
Yeah, Path of
blah, blah,
Exile's
blah,
pretty
blah,
big.
but I just like the lore in that from WoW.
Oh, it's amazing.
They
It's
built
a
up good
fantastic.
fucking-
Especially considering we grew up with
Continuity,
like, Warcraft,
right?
man.
Yeah,
yeah,
same here.
Warcraft, so
the
it's-
continuity is on a really top level. So.
Yeah, it is, man.
And you know,
It's fantastic.
and people mainly bitch about the fact that you have to pay every month for it, but you know, considering what you're paying, you're actually getting quite a lot of
The service
regularly
that you get
updated
is
games.
Yeah,
fantastic.
they've proven themselves with making things like Hearthstone and that sort of shit as well. They've got a fucking tournament on the go now. for
I'm sure
Hearthstone.
everyone's seen,
Exactly.
like, you
It's
know,
a thing.
things on the internet, people cry to Blizzard and Blizzard, please, please, I've lost my warrior, and they'll get it back for you, man. I've done it myself.
Yeah, isn't there something new that they've added? Like you can get back deleted characters. Like you can retrieve.
Maybe.
Yeah, they've got this new thing now where you
It's
can,
quite interesting.
you can like retrieve characters with up to a certain level. So
That's pretty cool.
I know that they're
ones you've deleted.
releasing all the old names from characters. I think it's after Warlords of Draenor comes out. So if you haven't logged into a character in like, 5 years, that name is now
Up for grabs
Up for
again.
grabs. Taken.
Yeah,
Shit.
so if
You
somebody
have to
logs
rename
in,
your
then
character.
you'd have to rename your character. But that means that some of the best possible names are up for grabs, 3-letter names.
Abs.
I want Vest, man. I want Vest so bad. I want that so bad. I want it twice.
We definitely take it twice.
Yeah, you'll have it on
Whole
Hellscream and
Alliance.
Agumon, man.
Yeah,
Both.
I'd be happy with just JD.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
possible to get
You
that.
can get 2 character names.
Yeah, but I tried getting JD. Gone.
Of course, but you might,
amount
might
of
come back up,
people
like,
and- The amount of games I've tried that with, and it's like
I usually manage to get my name.
accounts. It's hard, tough one, very easy, and, like quite.
Yeah,
I
well,
need
it's
to
my
get
initials as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? So, like,
I need to get
I'm
back on that
JDB,
and
man.
get through Pandaran.
Well,
Pandaria,
yeah.
With Pandaria even. Am I up for doing that at some point? I'll get like
Whenever,
I'll pay for a
man.
month and we'll just
oh,
like.
dude, it's already installed. I haven't even.
Awesome.
Literally every time I new installation of Windows, I just sort of install WoW and just kind of leave it there. Because I know at some point I'll need it installed instantly to use.
Yeah,
That's a
Pandaria is
luxury.
sick, man.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful, beautiful place.
I can't wait to get into it because it was looking. I was enjoying how hench it looked as a big fucking warrior.
Yeah, I really
wielding
enjoyed
two-handed weapons.
the raid content that I took part in. in Pandaria.
Yeah, I enjoyed my first 40-man raid in that son of a bitch.
Yeah. What did you think? Fucking epic,
It
innit?
was fucking hectic, man.
It is
like, on the
chaos.
boss part, it was just it all rummaged around this staircase, so everyone was packed in tight, man. It's like, oh, it's so glitchy. And it's like, I'm running quite a good fucking bandwidth, quite a good computer.
Oh yeah.
But it was still fucking.
They're never prepared
Fuck,
for the
I'm out
40-man
there. I'm not
raid.
even doing anything.
Yeah.
You can't
There's a-
see shit with all the like
Yeah.
particle effects.
I think
that
it's
are
Siege of
firing
Orgrimmar. There's one particular boss fight, one particular room where you have to turn your graphics down before you go in, otherwise
Yeah.
your computer will freeze.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, man, running a good rig, and good bandwidth, it will freeze. Turn those particles down to low.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, the entire room fills up with light. It's beautiful, but you can't play like that.
Yeah, not with that many people.
No, it
Fucking-
drag you down to about 5 frames per second.
all most likely playing on exactly the same good sort of computers, good bandwidth, all
Oh
fucking-
yeah. But you
all mashing out mega moves like brah, brah, brah. It's like, fuck.
It gets quite good to have the fireworks display on, but you end up kind of trying to move and attack, and the lag you get on it is ridiculous.
Blizzard
Yeah,
servers
it
must
makes
be
it
pretty damn good though, right?
10 frames a second.
Like,
man.
what's a global cooldown on WoW? It's like between half a second and a second for most classes, right? The cooldown between which you can hit another spell.
Yeah.
Like, so Blizzard servers have to be dealing with, like, 12 million people hitting a button every half a second.
Yeah, that's a fuck ton.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's why you have to pay the subscription.
That's
They can
why you're
keep on
paying
top of that shit.
because they keep right on top of that shit. Blizzard know what they're doing, man. I haven't played StarCraft. Is it StarCraft?
Yeah.
Yeah,
StarCraft
well,
2.
yeah,
Um,
that's a huge fucking game because they've
Yeah.
got tournaments for that as well, and that's one of their top.
I think it's in, was it South Korea?
Probably. There's some
Obviously, I'm
epic
probably
fucking
wrong,
players.
but they have like StarCraft tournaments out there, and they get the guys who are all
Huge prize money.
Yeah,
Huge.
they're all
prize.
like
Famous,
fucking rock stars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
literally massive arenas worth of people will
Yeah.
turn up live to watch these guys compete at StarCraft. It's fucking ridiculous. They're like fucking rock
Yeah,
stars
it's like
in
this
Korea,
other
man.
crew that do like Counter Strike and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fnatic.
It's crazy just how much of an audience
they're
it
just
pulls.
rocking. But
Yeah, I bet there's. Well, obviously, there's still herds of people playing
you've got to
Counter-Strike
be
1.4.
fucking good, man. I watched one video of this guy playing Counter Strike and killed the guy with a smoke grenade. Like by hitting the guy, he threw it through. Up onto this balcony into the room, and it showed the camera of the guy, and it bounced between the walls and hit the guy, and he hit the floor. And he went like, "Oh my god!" And he thought he was just trying to smoke the guy out. It's like, wow, fluke.
Yeah, no, some
Pure
of the fluke kills
man.
on Counter Strike are
Fair
ridiculous.
Have
play.
you got that installed, man? We need to have a little go on that again.
Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Counter Strike.
Get CSS
It'll
on.
take seconds to install, but
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely need to get on it. We need to get on some Gmod as well, because there's some
Yeah.
fucking good games on there.
Oh, there are some really good mods or game modes or whatever you call them. Yeah, games, man. That's it.
Oh, yeah, like the murder, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good, but it just ends up everyone being really suspicious.
Oh, he's fucked.
Yeah, well, I got 3 continues. We'll soon go through them. He's got those 2 girls to come at the end of this level.
Oh, this guy's gonna keep running into your foot. Oh.
Yeah, I got this guy
Yeah,
down.
he's broken.
I
isn't he?
scoped him. No
Oh
scopes.
shit!
Gutted.
Have that. Get back.
Boom! Backbreaker.
Back into the rally.
I have to get. I'll have to get hold of Gmail.
Yeah, it's you pick it up in a sale easily enough.
Yeah, pick it up in a sale.
Or with Steam's share thing now, you can probably share it off with someone else that's got it.
Probably, yeah, share it off someone else and then play it together.
Because, yeah, the Trouble in Terrorist Town's pretty good. It's always a good one.
Prop Hunt's fantastic. I
No,
love
Prop Hunt does look
so
amazing.
much.
Prop Hunt's good, but it's wild
Yeah.
when you jump in to a
It takes a while.
a global server in it, not private.
It takes a while to find something good. So,
Yeah, same with Counter Strike really.
well, same with Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 1, which I still play on the PC every day.
Really, is there still servers running for that?
Oh, dude, there are
Yeah.
tons. There's
Yeah.
like still sort of like 3,000-4,000, maybe more.
Like
online.
there's Doom deathmatch service.
Yeah,
running,
believe.
like trust.
Believe, man, people still play MUDs, multi-user dungeons. Do you know what a MUD is?
No.
A multi-user dungeon is you connect to it via a telnet client, so you can use your command prompt in Windows and just like telnet to something, and it just it's just a text game, bro, with other people. You're not aware of this as a
No.
phenomenon. Oh my
No,
god, I
not-
grew up
not
playing
aware
this
of
shit,
this.
man.
Not aware.
Literally. Oh my
phenomenon at all.
god. We're gonna have to get you Putty, which is the best telnet client available, and like just get you on some MUDs, man, so you can experience that. 'Cause it's still going, man. It's still like 60-year-old people with their, vampire class character that they've been playing for 35 years.
All text based.
Yeah, all text-based. Some of them
Yeah.
even have like external programs that you give them with it. It's like a map. You open it up and then your character will move around it. And some of them have like maps that are made of text.
Well, there's many people on the globe, man. Like
Who administrates that kind of bullshit, man?
someone's got some.
I can't
fucking
believe you
server.
haven't seen this, dude.
No, no. I'm aware of text-based role-playing because obviously in BBC computers and stuff there was
Yeah.
there were those text-based role-playing adventures.
Right. Okay. So imagine that,
So-
but on a telnet client.
So you're doing it with people over the internet.
You're
It's
just
basically
connecting
like
to a
fucking
server that's sending
chat
you some
room
text.
that you're
Okay.
role-playing
All right.
Well, it's
I'll
in a
believe that.
game form rather
Yeah.
than it being like
In a usual sexual perverted form.
Well, that's that's what you get out of it. A lot of
I reckon.
it's like the same craze that came about on the whole like internet chat rooms and they came about like
Oh, they were funny. They were really funny.
RP and heavy, and you had some sites that were like fucking done up like castles and then you go up into different rooms, go and chat to different people.
And then RuneScape came along
Yeah.
and changed the world.
And now it's all escalated into Second Life.
Yeah, they're trying to,
Which is a very strange thing, man. I played that for about half an hour. I got myself a little girl model and a gun, and then one went and someone offered me sex, and I was like, no, I'm gonna log off this shit. Hey, jump into this bed here, or onto this model. Just like click that thing there. No, I'm gonna log off. It's very bizarre.
What did you expect going with that kind of
I
avatar?
expected exactly that, but I was kind of proving it to myself. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
if I
I have to
do
witness
this-
this for myself.
research.
What's going on there? What are the,
Yeah, that was
that was some. I feel like she was about to eat her ass.
yeah.
I think that's it, yeah.
I'm getting fucked up here now, man.
Yeah, Second Life is a bit weird. Yeah, I've had people ask me to come and play it and stuff, and I've just been like, nah. Nah, you're alright.
You're right, yeah.
I've got a real life. Not that it's saying that there's people out there.
I'm
who
not
kind of,
dissing
like,
your life, bro.
You're not dissing anybody who's playing
Yeah,
Second Life.
people do the same thing
But-
with WoW though as well.
Yeah,
man.
true.
They RP that shit so heavy that is their life pretty much.
Well, I
They're like
know a woman who plays WoW and played with her for a few years, and she had a broken spine, right?
yeah.
And she played WoW constantly because she can run and dance and fly and pick flowers. Yeah, it's beautiful what people get out of WoW.
No, it's
Yeah,
true.
it's well,
The same is
out
true
of
for
games,
any
isn't it?
game, man. The same is true for any.
The level of immersion and escapism in World of Warcraft, what with like really good, really good atmospheric sounds and music, and
It's a
it's the-
Disney experience, man.
it is Disney experience.
Oh yeah, it's
an
like
entire
being in
package.
Disneyland. The whole
Yeah.
time, you change zones, the music changed, everything changed.
It's epic.
I like,
It's a game.
I play, and I talk to people, and sort of like, I remember a few years ago being like, on chat, I think it was on Trade or something, just like, yeah, isn't the music in Dalaran like so beautiful? And people are like, I don't play with the music on anymore, and I'm like, why?
Oh man, the Dalaran music, you could literally just sit there and
Some of
Yeah, I
What a
always have
beautiful-
the music playing.
all the Wrath of the Lich King music was tight.
yeah.
Man, going into Grizzly Hills, every time I weep to the violin. Every time,
I got that on CD, man.
Yeah.
I got
the collector's edition,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, with the
bucks.
CD and the music. Oh my god! And the
So good.
little book of the drawings. They're so beautiful.
Oh
I do
yeah,
love that.
I'll have to give you some cards. You've seen them cards?
No.
World of Warcraft cards, man.
Yeah.
That shit's awesome.
WoW cards. So
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
TGC, yeah.
Yeah, these things.
I'm not a massive card game man myself, but
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Collector's edition business, isn't it? What you would get.
They're very pretty.
Though I doubt there's enough of them to play an actual game.
actual deck. No, I don't think so.
I think they work like top tropes,
Proof of
don't they?
concept type of thing.
Rather than it be like anything
Yeah.
heavily based.
So you.
All the Blizzard artists.
So this is the end boss, then I'm guessing.
This is the guy, this is the big
Scarface
Don,
there.
this is the big man himself.
Man, that guy's. You're as taller as.
Tony
He's
there's
fucking
got his
huge.
Tommy gun.
And he doesn't care about spraying bullets around his gaff, mate.
Oh, he's
Doesn't give a
frugal with the
fuck.
bullet spraying.
Well, you're super out. I'm sure he's worried. You've beaten all his best men. You've beaten, you know, big guy. You've beaten other big guy.
I can't be honest, at this point I was worried because I had like 2 lives left. I think I burnt all my continues.
Yeah,
So I was
a worry
scraping the
at this
barrel
point.
Yeah.
in terms of health and life.
So he's
Oh, he's
panicking.
fucked. He's got.
So am I going
Got
to
one
end
left.
this video failing? I'm going to have to come in all this way. So I'll just spam the high kick because I know that works for me. I think you could kick his bullets away and shit. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
You can kick fucking anything.
Yeah,
no matter
this
the way
guy's
it
high
is.
kick is the winning move, I think.
those 2 Aryan fucking suckers, man. They're hardcore.
Where's his health? Oh, it only just dropped down one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Can't
when
use
he
specials in here either. That's the other fucking sucky thing.
So do you go down to 0 or is it 1?
This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
This is
This
it.
is his last cut.
Wow. This
got
last
a
cut.
Oh,
Oh, pow, motherfucker.
yeah, you just bullets out the fucking sky.
That was tasty, man.
Yeah,
I bet you're well pleased.
fucking chuffed.
Those bullets slow-mo bouncing away.
I
He
like the
died
way
again. He got up to die
Before
again.
he fights you, he asks you if you want to join his crew. And
Right.
if you say yes, you go back halfway through the game
That's
to
a bit
like level
strange.
5 or 6.
Yeah, he kicks you back and you have to crawl your way
Doesn't
back
make
up
any
again.
sense, because
No.
if you want to join his crew, you'd think, yeah, I'd get a little cushy job. I just defeated most of you guys.
That'd be an awesome like
wanna give me
Easter
a
egg. You just
push.
kind of stand there and walk back and forth, and a number at the top of the screen goes up, and if anyone comes through, just kick them.
Yeah.
Stand
Well,
there.
this
with all
is
the
it.
rest of the
You
dudes.
give that dude a job if he just kind of
Straight
like,
the fuck up, man.
beat
Way-
his way through your horde to get to you and
It's
ask
a
for a
big
job.
Yeah.
It's
horde,
like,
man.
fuck.
I've come all this way. I want to be living like you, man. I want a throne and a machine gun.
You'd be living like it'd be a lot easier to travel globally to commit that crime if you only had one dude that's as hard as an entire army of guys.
I just want to
It's
sit
easier to
there
travel.
on my throne with my AK-47 in a New York fucking hotel. Like, what is he playing at? He's fucking hell.
There is no.
I like
accounting
in the
for
ending
taste.
video though, the cop that fires the rocket launcher gets a little bit of there he is. They're my
get some
friends.
screen time.
Hey friends.
Screen time, I love it. Couldn't done it without you, Greg.
Yeah.
They don't get credits on games anymore.
No, you get it as an option in the options or whatever, don't you?
I
So it's
really like the credits on Arma 3. It's set out like a military hierarchy.
Yeah.
With the
No,
CEO
nice.
at the top and then, you know, Code Monkey at the bottom.
Nice level of detail there.
Yeah. I clicked it because, you know, good game. I thought, shit, I'll check out the credits. Clicked it and I was surprised I thought it was going to be some horrible scrolling thing that I just pressed escape on anyway.
Yeah, I used to like Easter eggs where they would put like things like Doom, where they would try and put in their sort of images into some of the like the background textures or whatever.
I like
Just
the
so
skulls on
overlay,
Halo.
like,
Did you guys play
the
Halo?
faces and stuff like that. Yeah, I played that.
No, I played really
what?
good at Halo.
Halo, the first Halo.
All of them. But yeah,
Yeah.
the first Halo
Mainly
and the
the
second
first.
Halo. Me and my brother really got a kick out of finding every single skull and then completing the game with all skulls turned on, which is almost impossible.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 with the dog tags. It's like every guard in that had a set of dog tags on him that you could like
Yeah.
knock him out, shivvy him a bit, and then he drops his dog
I
tags.
always had to get them
you can
dog
get
tags.
that,
man,
and
all of
there's
them.
like fucking hundreds.
Oh, shit, I don't remember these little Easter eggs.
Yeah, there's
No,
little things like that.
Nah.
And yeah, they were all names of like the designs.
Yeah, the Halo
Like-
Easter eggs used to change the gameplay. So you'd have one that'd be like, you know, confetti. When you shot someone, just confetti. And another one would like turn off your head. So it'd be completely ridiculously difficult.
like
That sounds
like
awesome.
Mortal Kombat with Noob Saibot. It's Boon Tobias.
Oh yeah, totally. Like
Just-
yeah, the names
yeah,
of the
reversed his
creators.
name. Yeah, reversed two guys' names. So
And I love that image of one of them kind of like popping into the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wicked in Mortal Kombat, man. Yeah, brutal game.
That's fucking awesome. Much better than that. What was that fucking other 16-bit game, Eternal Champion or whatever?
Oh,
it was.
Eternal, yeah.
I think we mentioned this before.
Eternal Champion was fucking rock solid.
Oh.
There was a practice
Was it
mode.
a
fighting
scrolling
game?
fighting
Just a
game?
fighting
No,
game.
it was
yeah.
like a Street
Oh,
Fighter
it's like a
fighting
Street-
game.
okay, yeah.
But it was...
The practice mode was like to do you were just fighting a guy, a bot, but there was a laser at the top of the thing that shot you.
Okay.
So you were trying to practice moves, you were getting fucking rinsed by the bot and this laser on top of the
What
fucking
the
ceiling.
fuck?
So it's like, I can't even practice on this shit. So you just go straight into arcade mode and try your best. And good luck. It was solid.
That's
You
ridiculous
get
if the sparring
fucked up.
mode is trying to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not. It was
Yeah.
not.
And there was no
a
moves
balanced game
list.
at all.
There was no moves list, nothing.
No moves list.
No.
What the fuck?
This was days before the internet.
No,
man.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
that's it. It's
you had
Sega
to
Work
Mega
that
Drive,
shit out
man.
and stick it on the side of the screen.
You had to work out, like you had to like follow
You had
all the
to like
magazines
the
that came
game.
out every month
Yeah,
to make
that's it,
sure
man.
that like the fucking
Yeah, you
There
had
was
to
codes
like
in
the
there.
game.
Dude, I have
because if you don't
stacks
like
of
that-
PlayStation and N64 magazines at my parents' house.
Yeah, the old Games Master
all the-
magazines.
yeah, all
used
the
to
code
fucking
books,
love
man,
them.
all the
You used to have
fucking
like
cheats.
the little feelies that you would get on the front of the magazines, like little cards and stuff, like
oh yeah,
fucking-
totally. Yeah,
See, I never had a
Stickers.
Game Shark, right? Which went on the N64. I never had a Game Shark, so there'd be tons of Game Shark codes, and I want everything to be like that.
Yeah, I remember when I first got you the Explorer cartridge for the PlayStation.
Oh, that shit was
And
amazing.
It was like it blew every game open, man. Like Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII, you could be invincible, Cloud. Have Sephiroth on your team, so later in the game you could fucking and have Ares on your team, even though she died. This is like the amount of cheats you could have on the game.
It was brilliant because it was effectively like you could open up
Well, it just cracked
a
the
coding
game,
screen
That's
of
nice.
the game, so
Yeah.
you can just like mess with the coding in certain respects. And
Just
it'll, like,
wedge
open
it
up
into the
new-
back of your
yeah,
PlayStation.
That's the nice thing
awesome.
about games these days. It's like, unless I can press the tilde key and, have a command prompt that I can fuck with the game, I don't want to buy it.
Yeah,
Everything has that capability now. People expect it.
yeah.
Don't make them like they used to.
No, not it's not. Yeah, not for the same reasons. Like there are people out there still doing it for the passion.
I think
it's
games are
not-
getting
it's
better
not-
over time.
Oh yeah, they're definitely getting
They've
better.
got better, but it's.
I said that as
on a
kind
broader
of nostalgic
scale.
joke sideline.
And I do feel you,
I
like,
don't
I do
really-
feel the
don't
classics
really
have
like-
definitely
It's
come like
Back in the day,
but
people
it's still classics, man.
weren't expecting to make big, huge bucks on the market. Like it was just a game for a hobby. Like, oh, let's make this because it'll be a hell of a funny idea.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm getting
Game like
back
that.
to that.
But people are kind of still doing that. But
Well, they got more scope to do that now with the technology. I mean, like throughout the
Yeah, it
90s,
still requires
there
a
was
fucking
pretty
lot
much
of-
no expansion on that. It was like only the big game developers made games.
Yep.
Because the technology's there. So it's like the trend that started off the
yeah, I don't know. The
the
technology's there, but it still requires a lot to get to grips with the
Oh,
technology.
yeah,
'Cause
but
back in the
this is
day,
the-
it was a far simpler tech to use.
yeah, but
Some of these
now you
programs
have the
these
internet
days
to help
are
you.
fucking-
It's like it's not like anymore.
Yeah,
you
you
have to go and
can-
find somebody who can actually do it, or read loads of fucking books that you have to
Yeah.
order from obscure publications or whatever.
K&R
Like, you can-
standard.
Yeah, you can like now you can just like go on to YouTube and watch somebody at the other side of the world like teach you how to program shit.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. There's no better repository of knowledge on code than YouTube. A
Oh,
lot
it's
of it's
fucking-
shit code,
But
but
yeah,
like a lot of it's good.
Yeah, you can just Google whatever the fuck you want.
and it does take effort. Like even though you've got all this wealth of information in front of you, it does take effort to kind of sift through it and find
Yeah.
something that actually works for you. But the fact that it's just like all there,
Yeah.
like you don't even have to leave your room. Which is
I'd
pretty,
still say
pretty
it's-
awesome.
It's definitely like for code and stuff. You definitely need books as well.
Yeah, well, this is what I mean for like that understanding of like yeah, it's getting to the grips with the programming use is one thing, but you need to know how to layer it, and layer a game takes a lot because it'll take you a long time if you go into it at the wrong stage. and then you come across a problem, and then you have to rethink
Look
your
at the
previous
problem
stages.
that Gary
to-
Newman's had with, with Rust. Like, he's
Yeah.
realised that he's hard-coded a bunch of problems into his game.
Yeah,
Like, legitimately hard-coded.
rewrite
them
that
into
Gary
his game.
Newman.
yeah.
As in Gary Newman of Gary's,
Gary's
Mod.
Mod.
That's his name.
That's
Did
the
you not
guy.
know that?
No,
His name is Gary Newman.
it isn't the Gary Newman.
No, it's not the
No.
same person. It's not like, it's not Gary Newman, like, writing a game. Let's write a fucking game. No, it's not the same Gary
So
Newman.
that'd be badass because he's a pilot as well.
Yeah,
Imagine if just like turned his hand to
What a
writing video
CV,
games.
you know what I mean?
Fucking amazing.
I'm a pilot.
Isn't there
I'm
like-
also Gary Newman.
Isn't there a range of like sauces made by Gary Newman?
What?
Yeah, I swear there's like a range of sort of like sauces.
Dude, I want his barbecue sauce, man.
Gary Newman, maybe. It might be
sauces.
Gary Oldman. I'm pretty sure it's Gary Newman.
Gary Oldman barbecue sauce.
Yeah, yeah, it's like
Each sauce is a different character from one of his like films. Like he's like Zog from Fifth Element on one, and the front of like hot smoky mustard mayo like.
Yeah, that's good one. Brand that shit.
Get yourself
Shit, yeah.
branded.
He's Commissioner Gordon on his smoky barbecue hickory sauce.
Yeah, I swear. Next time you're in Tesco or Co-op or something, you have a look.
Gary
in,
Newman
like
sauces, bro.
the sauces section.
Yeah,
Like
man.
barbecue sauce, that sort of thing. It'll be in like
Gary Newman sauce. I'm
yeah.
gonna check this out.
I have to check this out.
Yeah,
Next time I'm
this sounds amazing.
in the supermarket, I'll check that right out.
Check it out now. Cool.
Anyway,
Yeah, that probably concludes it
yep.
for this week's 16-bit Sunday.
A lot of waffle. Some of it about a game that we were
I think
playing.
about a third
Yeah,
about the game.
Yeah, the game explains itself. You
It's
know,
Streets of Rage.
Come on.
yeah, they put it on a Mega 6 game, for God's sakes, on a cartridge, where they stacked 6 games on it. Colossus. Oh no, Column, sorry. Yeah, Colossus.
Super Hang On.
Yeah, Super Hang On, which is that motorbike game, which was fucking shit.
Oh, it's poor. It's poor.
When games used to come like packaged together.
Yeah. those
Demos.
times.
Remember demos and shit?
Yeah, I used to love the fucking early PlayStation demos.
Yeah, PlayStation magazines.
Some of the demo discs. And they had like that virtual dinosaur that you fuck about with. Remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
one? Like
Yeah.
PlayStation launch demo
Yeah,
disc?
yeah.
I fucking
And,
love
like that manta ray.
that day that
Yeah,
I got
that
in front
3D
of me.
circular
space.
thing.
Yeah. And like it had the Die Hard trilogy demo on it with the shooting game Die Hard. That was fucking sick.
Hercules
Yeah.
demo.
Hercules, yeah.
Wow.
Some sick nostalgia going on right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Fucking 16.
I need to go.
17 years
We should like sign off and go play some more 16-bit games.
That's it.
Or some-
On to the
or
golden
P-
Axe,
P-
man.
PS
On to the golden
games.
Axe.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, peace.
Yep, take
Yeah.
care, people.
Take it easy. Bye for now.